What is going on, world? What's up, everyone? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new Starcraft 2 video. This one, guys, is featuring two players on the WCS Pro circuit. Spawning here in the top left-hand corner of Acid Plant LE, playing with the Zerg pieces. He is a player who goes by the name of Lambo. And on the opposite side of the map, playing with the Protoss pieces, he goes by the name of Shadow. ShaDoWn? But I'm going to say Shadow, guys. So Shadow versus Lambo. Super excited about this game. If you guys have watched me cast Lambo before on the YouTube channel, you guys can check that out if you have not already. Lambo, really impressed with this guy. This guy comes up with some very interesting builds. I cannot wait to see what he decides to do in this game here against Shadow, who obviously a lot of you probably don't know of Shadow, but he is on the WCS Pro circuit, so he is definitely a very good Protoss player, to say the least. He is going to go with a gateway into a simulator. On the opposite side, it looks like a hatch gas pool is what's going to be coming out of our Zerg player Lambo. So Shadow looks like he is going to go ahead and he's going to put down a pylon here at the natural expansion of Lambo. I wonder if he's actually going to get aggressive here, or if this is just going, because he does see that Lambo does see this. So I'm wondering, he does cancel it. So it's a little bit of some mind games here. I was wondering if he was going to cancel it or if he was actually going to fully commit here. So maybe Shadow's just trying to do a little bit of some mind games here early on in the game and kind of get a reaction out of Lambo. Does not look like that happened. Natural expansion's coming up here for our Protoss player as well as the Cybernetics core. So it looks like, guys, it does look like we are going to have a relatively standard game here, or build, from our Protoss as well as our Zerg players. Second simulator is now coming up here for Shadow. And just like that, guys, two queens are now going to be coming out for Lambo, as well as Zergling speed. And then the warp gate upgrade is happening right now in the Cybernetics core. So looks like, guys, like I said, pretty standard so far. We do have a Stargate coming up here for Shadow, so I'll be interested to see what he decides to go with, if he plans on going with like Phoenixes or if he's going to go with Oracles. I've been seeing a lot of Protoss players go with with a bunch of Phoenixes, and they actually get a lot of value out of them. Getting a lot of Phoenixes seems to be a really good move for Protoss players in general. Third base is now coming up for Lambo. So Lambo looks like he's preparing for the macro-focused style. As I was saying, I really like watching Lambo because he comes up with some really, it's more like standard builds, but it's the timings that he's so good at. He sees exactly when there may or may not be a third base going up for his opponent, and once that third base goes up, he a lot of times will push, or he'll just kind of act accordingly. So I really like his style of play. And I'm going to start, doing a few of his builds on my own, just because I really do like watching some of the builds that this guy goes for. He's all about information. He always wants to know what's kind of happening. He spreads his Zerglings out in different areas. Then you've got, of course, his Overlords. He likes to see what's going on with the Overlords as well. Or see, get more and more information. A couple of Adepts out now as well. And it looks like a robotics facility is the next piece of tech our Protoss player is going to be getting. Looks like there is a layer that's going to be coming up. Spore crawlers are being put up in the main base as well as in the third base. The Phoenix is going to try to do a little bit of some damage to some of these Overlords. Zerglings once again are just kind of waiting to see when there might be a third base coming up here for our Protoss player. But like I said, I just love this. I love how Lambo has these units just in different random areas, waiting to see, is the Protoss going to expand, or is he going to get is he going to get really, really aggressive? He just loves knowing exactly what's going on. He's going to try to snipe this probe. Does do exactly that, as obviously the probe was coming to expand here. Looks like once again the probe is going to try to expand here to its third base location. Does successfully do that. We got the robotics bay coming up now. So we are seeing the tech of choice here. Evolution chamber is now going to be coming up for Lambo. He's going to start getting his +1/+1 upgrades here. Hydro Den just finished up, so it looks like, guys, our Zerg player plans on most likely playing possibly a Ling Hydra composition, possibly. Hydras are very good against air units of the Protoss, so I wouldn't be surprised if he just goes with a decent amount of these Hydralisks. Looks like he's mainly just kind of macroing up a bigger and bigger army, getting all of his upgrades. He's getting the Hydra speed upgrade currently. And more Zerglings are on that production tab. So here's what I'm thinking, guys. I think it looks like our Zerg player is planning on getting a little bit aggressive here. He's going to send some units across the map, and he's going to probably try to deny or take out or put some harassment onto this third base location. It looks like he's doing exactly that. Maybe he will try to see if he can find an angle here into the natural, but does back off here for now. Sentries seem to be a unit that a lot of these Protoss players have been using quite a bit, quite more than I remember in the past here. You know, it reminds me of the old days of Starcraft too, seeing more and more sentries being added on here for Shadow. He is getting some upgrades here currently, as well as some Colossus have been coming out. So I like the decision to get Colossus here. This is really, I think this is going to be a good decision here for our Protoss player, simply because the Colossus are so good against these Hydralisks. So I'm wondering, now with the fourth base location going up for our Zerg player, what the plan is. At this point, Lambo does know about the Colossus. 4 of them are out currently, and I'm wondering if there's going to be a push coming up here very soon for our Protoss player, because this is starting to become a scary army here. These Colossus are gonna can do significant amounts of damage to this kind of ground-based army of the Zerg, and it looks like he's gonna go right after this fourth base location of the Zerg player. And I wonder if he's going to make a massive warp in here very shortly. Looks like it's going to be just that. These Hydras are going to try to get some value here for their troubles, but these force fields are absolutely perfect for the Protoss player. And just like that, our Protoss player just got so much value out of all of these Colossus, and they are coming and continuing to push on to creep here. Looks like he's going to try to take out this fourth base location, and he might even be continuing this push far onto creep here. All of these Hydras are just getting sniped from a distance here by all these Colossus, and getting a lot of value actually out of the sentries as well, getting such beautiful force fields. And once again here, it looks like just like that, the drones are pulled off of the line. And with that switch with the Colossus, I don't think Lambo was expecting Colossus to be coming out of our Protoss player, and just like that, our Protoss player takes a victory over Lambo, who I've been talking so highly of, and he doesn't make a lot of mistakes, but right there is a perfect example of knowing exactly what, and really needing to know exactly what your opponent's doing. I hope you guys did enjoy this game between Shadow and Lambo, and if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.